In theory, we should be live about now. Hopefully everybody can hear me. It's not too muffled. Can you not? Can we all see okay and hear? Okay. Okay, good evening, everybody. Just give us a bit of time, as we usually do, to allow it to for everybody to get here. I think my nose looks particularly big in this, actually. So apologies for that. I'm probably going to start sneezing as well, which is quite itchy. But I can assure you it's not COVID. Well, welcome to the Midland Park Christmas quiz. Lockdown 3, 4.0 now. Well, I've kind of lost count. But obviously no racing, so we've got a bit of time on our hands between now and Boxing Day, haven't we? So why not try and get some quiz questions right? I'll be honest with you, it's a bit of a tricky one this year, this time round. Mind you, I've had sort of 6 months to come up with many of the questions. I'm going to take this off because I think it's muffling my speech. Whereas that's probably just going to be the mulled wine and the Corona tonight, which will probably end up muffling it plenty by the end of it. As I was saying, it's quite a tricky one. It's got a bit of a Christmas theme. There wouldn't be a Christmas round per se, but there are quite a few Christmas-related questions within the quiz. And if you're ever in any doubt as to what could that answer be, just have a little think around sort of Christmas if you're struggling to come up with the answer. It's out of 50. You should have had the picture round sent to you already. If you haven't, we should be able to post a link to it in the chat at some point. We've got the usual team here. I think Sarah will be operating the chat and keeping an eye on that. I will probably be trying to engage there if I can. However, if this is the most technical difficulties we're going to have tonight, I'll be quite happy with it. It's just got to open in a different window, but that should be fine. The rounds tonight, let me grab the quiz. Right, we've got general knowledge, which is what we usually start with, isn't it? We've got a music round, slightly varied one. A sport round, as per, and blockbuster, as well as the pictures which you should be on with. As I say, I'll just give it a few more moments before we kick on. We normally do start around 5-10 past, don't we? Now, obviously, since last time we all kind of had one of these quizzes and get-togethers, if you like, we've been able to get racing, get owners there in various degrees of ownership. 2, 4, 6. I think in some courses allowed us 10. So it was great to get out. Obviously, not being able to go racing as much as we wanted, we prioritised, rightly so, I think, owners' days at the races. Me myself, I've managed to go, I think, 3 times. Managed to get to Cheltenham when Jen's boy made it over 2 fences before being pulled up. He was absolutely fine, and he's just having a nice, well-earned winter's break. I went to Newmarket, where Ventura Diamond won her listed Bosrasham, and also Seville, where Glasgow won. So I've got quite a good strike rate, 66% going racing at the moment. So if any owners want to forgo the badges and allow me to go and get that strike rate up and almost nearing it, well, more and give yourself half a chance of having a winner, I'll happily take that option. But I think most people in the chat have, or quite a few people in the chat have managed to go racing. And if you have, that's great. I have been 4 times, actually, apologies, 5 and 20 up at Musselburgh, who pulverised her rivals when she made her hurdling debut. We've popped her in a listed race at Taunton, the one Marie's Rock won last year, and we're looking at something on New Year's Day up at Musselburgh once again for her as well. So actually I'm 75% strike rate at racing, which is fair, maybe decent. Right, we're up to 71. Let's see who we've got in here. Jamie, happy birthday for yesterday, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Who else we got? Ian, nice to see your name. Russell Dix, Pete Allison, The Austins. Yes, the Austins are here. They're probably going to do quite well. Jeff Langley, Judy Britton, Paul McGonnell, Dave Goff, Mark Boker, Nicholas Stevens, Tim Pakin, the little tinker, Dave Kingsbury, Daryl Curtis, Ben Alden, pretty much most of the regulars. Joe Exotic, Jesus, welcome back, Joe Exotic. I wonder who that could be. Any tips for New Year's Day at Cheltenham? Lydia asks. Wear a coat. Oh no, you can't. It's gone behind closed doors today, hasn't it? It'll be wet, soft ground form. It'll be very, very wet indeed. Heavy at the moment with a lot of rain forecast. I think our best chances this festive period would probably revolve around, dare I say, Musselburgh on New Year's Day. I think we'll be sending a bit of a team up there, or at least we've got a bit of a team penciled in. I think they've all probably got fairly decent chances if they end up going up there, and if they do indeed take their chance, or if we can get trainers to come north of the border. I think we're probably getting on for quiz time. There's no Killing Eve tonight, and I'm going to try and make sure that this is an hour and a half, because there's some very ropey football game on between a decent team in blue and some other team. Well, I say team, it's 11 folk running around on a pitch. Yes, James, you got time for a quick top up? We'll probably kick on in a minute. As I say, it's out of 50. Yeah, and there are a few stinkers in there actually. A few tricky questions. Quite a few multiple choice though to offset that, and just give you a bit of a helping hand along the way. Don't worry, stuff's just falling down in the front room here. Don't mind that. It's a Christmas display, just capitulated. Right, okay. I think we'll, without further ado, kick on really. So, round one, eyes down for a full house. General knowledge. General knowledge is your first one. Question number 1. In what year was the first Christmas message made by a British monarch? Is it A, 1918, B, 1932, or C, 1945? What year was the first Christmas message made by a British monarch? A, 1918, B, 1932, or C, 1945? No bonus point, but if you want to provide who it was as well as the year, well done you. I think there's a little bit of a pop culture theme down here, actually. Just going back through the questions. So that was question 1. Question 2. You're going to need a bigger boat is a line from which 1975 movie? You're going to need a bigger boat is a line from which 1975 movie? It's a Corona I'm drinking there, Jamie. Just to go over again, the questions are going to be in the chat. Please don't pop the answers in there, or the wrong answers or the right answers. Just use it to engage with one another rather than your answers. Question number 3. Oh, this is a bit of a stinker. This is a tricky one. This is probably one you're going to need to have a little think about for the rest of the round. Which American state's last 3 letters are all vowels? Which American state's last 3 letters are all vowels? It's a bit of a rotter, that one. And also, maybe just for a little bit of fun in the chat, if you want to come up with any kind of racing puns to do with Christmas, feel free to share them in there. There's no bonus points for those, I'm afraid. But if you've got anything, the best I could kind of come up with, well, for an example, was Holly Doyle. Maybe Noel Mead. But I've got a few others, but leave that for you guys to come up with some in the chat, and I'll read some of them out as and when they come through. Christmas-related puns. Which American state's last three letters are all vowels? I think you can probably work it out if you have long enough. But it's probably going to be one of them. You either know it or you don't. Question 4. On a standard roulette wheel, what colour is 0? On a standard roulette wheel, what colour is 0? Or if you're in America, 00 as well. I believe they're the same colour. See if we've got any Christmas puns through yet. No puns yet. Come on, guys, get your thinking caps on. Twice. These are actually Christmas related. They're advent calendar beers, but I'm a little bit behind. I've been slacking a bit, so making up from today. Question number 5. Where's my questions gone? All of the Midland Park syndicates are numbered by Roman numerals. But what value is X? Sounds like year 8 maths all over again, doesn't it? Find me the value of X. All of the Midland Park racing syndicates are numbered by Roman numerals. But what value is X? Paul mulled wine in. Very good. Question number 6. It's a pub quiz, so why not have a question about pubs? Which is the most popular pub name in the UK? Which is the most popular pub name in the UK? Missing them. I guess quite a lot of people are different times have been away, or how long you've not been able to go in a pub for. I think we've been shut down since November, start of November. Not been able to get in there. It's a shame, isn't it, really? But it's the world we live in now. Kim Bailey's, that's good. That's genius. Kim Bailey's is quite good. Dave, I expected better from you to pop the answers in the chat there. Question number 7. I've been trying to recall. Obviously, we had them weekly back in the day, didn't we? At the start of the year. I've been trying to recall what we did with regards to questions and format of the quiz. And one thing that did stick in my mind was the marketing slogan question. So here's that one. What's the worst that could happen? It's a marketing slogan for which product? What's the worst that could happen is a marketing slogan for which product? Peter Allison's been to the pub today. Well, that's very, very annoying. Just showing off there. What's the worst that could happen is a marketing slogan for which product? Question number 8. What are the dying words of Charles Foster Kane in Citizen Kane? What are the dying words of Charles Kane in Citizen Kane? It's quite a cheery question, isn't it? Terry's Chocolate Orange Biddlecombe. Paul St. Nicholas OBE. Oh, St. Nicholas. I see what you're trying to do. What are the dying words of Charles Foster Kane in Citizen Kane? Okay, right. I'd like to preface question 9. There's a very strong Christmas link here. Okay. I'm trying to think of other clues I could give because it's not overly obvious. Anyway, who invented the diesel engine? I'd like both names. Mr. Diesel will not suffice. Who invented the diesel engine? I'm trying to think of a clue. Other than there's a very strong Christmas link. Um, I don't know. I'm struggling to think of a clue that could guide you there. Um, Question number 10. And your final one in this round. Of what is seismology the study of? Of what is seismology the study of? Joe Exotic, you never cease to amaze me. That should be all of the questions in round 1 out of 10. I seem to recall we did the answers relatively straight away, didn't we? So let's give you one more minute. More. Let's actually just try and find the answers realistically. Quickly buy yourself some time whilst I find the answers. There we are. Okay. So, question 1. In what year was the first Christmas message made by a British monarch? Easy for me to say. Was it 1918, 1932, or 1945? It was 1932. The other two I just completely made up. 1932, and it is by King George V. So 1 point if you got that right, and if you got the King George V as well, give yourself a pat on the back. Question 2. You're going to need a bigger boat. Is from which 1975 movie? That was, of course, Jaws. Spielberg. Jaws. Question number 3. There's 2 stinkers this round. There's 2 stinkers, but this one was particularly tricky. Which American state's last 3 letters are all vowels? It's Hawaii. A-I-I, Hawaii. Interestingly, there is another state with 3 vowels in a row, which is Louisiana, O-U-I. But the answer was Hawaii. Question number 4. On a standard roulette wheel, what colour is 0? It's green. Green, because that's the colour of money that you lose when you go gambling. Question 5. All of the Midland Park syndicates are numbered by Roman numerals, but what value is X? X's value, in this instance, is 10. And X is 10. Question 6. The pub-related question. Which is the most popular pub name in the UK? It's the Red Lion. Unsurprisingly, I'm pretty sure everybody's got a Red Lion. There's 517 Red Lions, to be precise. And just for your own curiosity, the second, if you said the Royal Oak, you were a close runner-up with 403. So 517 Red Lions versus 203 Royal Oak. I think White Hart would probably have been third. They're sort of the 3 main ones. Maybe the Old Mill. That's our local. What's the worst that could happen? Is a marketing slogan for which product? And that was Dr. Pepper. There's quite a good raft of adverts, or a ruck of adverts, in the early noughties where they were demonstrating what was the worst that could happen. And we went with that. So it's Dr. Pepper. Question 8. What were the dying words of Charles Foster Kane in Citizen Kane? Rosebud. Very good film. Only watched it recently since we last spoke. I won't spoil what Rosebud is. It's quite a key part of the. It's actually the whole plot, really, isn't it? Of the movie. It's well worth a watch, though. It is pretty good. Question 9. Who invented the diesel engine? It obviously was Mr. Diesel, but it was Rudolph Diesel. Rudolph Diesel. So there was a big Christmas clue, and I hope I guided you to it. And Buster has decided to come and join us. Buster? Good lad, Bush. He is called Buster, but he is as thick as a block. Bless him. And finally, question 10. Of what is seismology the study of? And that's earthquakes. So that's out of 10. If you want to pop your scores in the chat, we'll see how everybody did. Let's have a quick break, quick refill, whilst you post your scores. Any more Christmas puns you've got as well? Let's see what we've got. Jane Brownlow's a lot of 6s. Yeah, I did feel it was a toughie. We normally have a, what would you say is par? I would say, wow, 9 for the Austins. That shows you it's probably that was a very tough one then. I would say, do you know what? I'd probably say 6 is a good score. I think 6 is a good score there, though. I think that was quite a tricky one. I think if you got 6, you did well. The Dykes clan, 8. Jeff Langley, 3. I'm sure we can do better next round. Smiths, 7. Good to see you guys. 6 as well. 6 is a good score. 6 is a good score, everybody. What's on my Christmas jumper? I'm getting asked. Nice. Chris Rea pun and bit of cricket. It might be a question later on. It might be, it might not be. Who knows? Some good scores. 7s, 8s. Yeah. So I think 6 was a good score there. Music is next. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any singing in it this week for you. Or this week. Geez, been a while since we said that this time. Okay, music is out of 11. There is one double question, which I'll make you aware of, obviously. It's actually the third question is the double one, the one worth a massive 2 points, which were... Now, question number 1 of your music round. Who sang 3 Times a Lady? I'll ask this 3 times. Who sang 3 Times a Lady? That's twice. Who sang 3 Times a Lady? Slayton Aspel. Like it. Slayton Aspel. That's good. That's good. Fan of that one. Question 2. Which band member recently left Little Mix? Full name, please. Which band member recently left Little Mix? I'll be honest, that wasn't a question I came up with. I was gifted that question. Do you know what? I think I might put a bonus point on the best pun. In a minute, Slayton Aspel is going to get that bonus point. Question 3. This is your double. This is your double pointer. Bob Geldof, yes, him again, and Midge teamed up for one of the biggest selling singles of all time at Christmas time. But can you name their respective bands? Now, I know that they've probably been in a couple. I'm just talking the biggest, the most successful band they've been in individually. So a point for Bob Geldof and a point for Midge Cheddar. It's not one word, it's two words, Smithy. Bob Geldof and Midge teamed up for one of the biggest selling singles of all time. It was actually usurped by Candle in the Wind, 97. But can you name their respective bands, please? A point for each. Question number 4. Who sang Islands in the Stream with Dolly Parton? Or who duetted with Dolly Parton on Islands in the Stream? I am now maybe doubting that I've asked that question before. I could have asked this question before. If you're a regular, you've got a bit of advantage there. Who duetted or sang Islands in the Stream with Dolly Parton? Who's actually doing quite well in the old Christmas #1 stakes, isn't she? Lad Bible going for the trifecta. And I think there's a certain song about our current Prime Minister by a certain band, which I won't say on here. Might get taken down. She's doing quite well as well. Question number 5. Lithium, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and Come As You Are all songs by which Seattle-based band? Lithium, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and Come As You Are all songs by which Seattle-based band? AP Christmas, Happy Christmas. Good, like it. Davy Brussel. Yeah, like it. Like it. Yeah, there's a couple of good ones here. Do you know what? It's Christmas. It's the time of giving. There might be more than one winner. Here. They're all very good. Question number 6. Right, this is a bit of a stinker. Which song has been Christmas #1 twice, but for the same artist? Which song has been Christmas #1 twice, but for the same artist? There's quite a lot of the old St. Nicholases going. St. Nicholas Henderson, St. Nicholas Abbey. He was some racehorse. St. Nicholas Abbey, wasn't he? He used to farm that Epsom race, didn't he? The older horse derby every year. He was some horse. Tiny Tim Palin. Oh, Russell got that as well. Seemingly, as I say, I'm not managing to keep on top of the chat as much as I would have done previously. It's opened up in a different screen for some reason, or a different window. Which song was Christmas #1 twice for the same artist? Question number 7. Bill Haley sings "See You Later." What? Bill Haley sings "See You Later." What? Bill Haley sings See You Later, What? Question number 8. Which band released the hit album Rumours? Which band released the hit album Rumours? It features songs such as The Chain, Dreams, Go Your Own Way, and Don't Stop. One of the probably best, highly regarded critically and sales-wise albums of all time. Which band released the hit album Rumours? Crazy band. A Nay in a Manger. Nice, Stace. A Nay in a Manger. I'm going to have to come back and revisit these when I start allocating points. Which band released the hit album Rumours? Question number 9. Who is known as the Piano Man? Who is known as the Piano Man? My dog is proper asleep now. Don't know if we can see him properly gone. Silent William Knight. Very good. Silent William Knight. And finally, question number 10 in the music round. What was the first song broadcast in space? Don't worry, I'll give you 3 answers. What was the first song broadcast in space? Was it A, Silent Night, B, Jingle Bells, or C, Driving Home for Christmas? Silent Night, Jingle Bells, or Driving Home for Christmas? Okay, let's give you another quick moment. Let's open another beer. And then that's complete your music round out of 11. We'll head back to a start. It's normally a good place to start. And we'll give you your answers. Question 1. Who sang 3 Times a Lady? With the Commonards. Commodores. Commonards? Commodores. Commonards? What am I thinking? Commodores. That is a no. That is quite strong. Commodores. It wasn't Lionel Richie. Question 2. Which band member recently left Little Mix? Jesse Nelson. Which band member recently left Little Mix? Jesse Nelson. Question number 3. Bob Geldof and Midge teamed up for one of the biggest selling singles of all time. But can you name their most successful respective bands? Boomtown Rats, which has definitely been an answer before, and Ultravox. Ultravox. Some good tunes, Ultravox. Was Dancing Tears in Your Eyes, was that him on his own, or was that Ultravox? Was that him on his own? Was that him on his own? Obviously, Vienna would be their biggest. Is it him on his own? Anyway, it was mid-June. So Boomtown Rats 1 point, Ultravox 1 point. Question 4. Who sang Islands of a Stream with Dolly Parton? That was Kenny Rogers, a gambler. It was Ultravox. I just had it confirmed there. It was indeed Ultravox. So Kenny Rogers was 4. Lithium, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and Come As You Are all songs by which Seattle-based band? That was, of course, Nirvana. Nirvana. Which the drummer then went on to front the Foo Fighters. Question 6, bit of a rotter, wasn't it? Very well done if you managed to get this. Which song has been Christmas #1 twice for the same artist? It wasn't Band-Aid, which I expect quite a few people will probably have gone for because it was Band-Aid and Band-Aid 2. So it's a different artist. It was the same song by the same artist we were looking for. And it was Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. 1975, when it was first released, and then 1991. I think that was a year Freddie passed, and the profits from it went to Freddie's charity. So Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a little tidbit on the side. Mary's Boy Child has been #1 twice. Christmas #1, but for different artists. Boney M and somebody else. Mary's Boy Child has been #1 twice, but for different artists, not the same artist. Question 7. Bill Haley sings "See You Later" what? It's alligator. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Question number 8. Which band released the hit album Rumours, featuring songs like The Chain, Dreams, Go Your Own Way, Don't Stop, all big tunes? That was, of course, Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, very interesting band, Fleetwood Mac. Lots of marriages, divorces, singing about each other whilst we're all there. It's, yeah, very interesting band. Big tunes, lots of tunes. 9. Who is known as a piano man? Billy Joel. Of course, that was Billy Joel. Anybody who was around in the first part of the quizzes will have known my love for Billy Joel. It was him, piano man. Question number 10. What was the first song broadcast in space? Silent Night, Jingle Bells, or Driving Home for Christmas? Well, it wasn't C. It was B, Jingle Bells. It was a prank performed by astronauts on Gemini 6 on December 16th, 1965, to be precise. So that's the answers for your music. That's out of 11. So if you want to add up your scores, let's see how you did. Again, I think that was a very tricky one. There's a little bit in there for everybody. I think there's probably a question for most eras, if you like. But yeah, I think out of 11, if you've got probably, I think if you've got 8, you've done very well. I think 7's probably 6.5, I'd say, is par. If you've got 7, you've done well. 8 is very well. That was a tough one. And if you want to post how many you've got altogether, so you should be out of 21, if my math is correct. Oh, there's some good music scores. People like the music here. Much better. Everyone's doing a lot better. We think the other Boney M and Mary's Boy Child was Harry Belafonte. So, how have we got on? Let me get the chat up there. I think everybody's done very well. 11s, 9s, 10s, 10s, 12, 17s. 17 one round. Good effort. Good effort, guys. Right, we've got a sport round next. The Stokes clan in as well. 16 so far. Yeah, I think everybody's doing pretty well, given, as I said, it's quite a tricky one. It's a bit of a rotter. I've had a bit of time to come up with these. Okay, sport. The sport one. Again, I think this is quite a tricky, quite a tricky round, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Okay, this is out of 10. And okay, question 1. It's got 3 options, so I'll give you the options as well. What year did Sir Anthony McCoy win BBC Sports Personality? Was it A 2013, B 2014, or C 2015? 13, 14, or 15? When did Sir A.P. McCoy win Sports Personality? Obviously, Holly gave it a good kick the other day, finished 3rd. Everybody got behind her in racing, didn't we? And gave her a good go. Question number 2. The Isle of Man TT is world famous, but what does the TT stand for? The Isle of Man TT is world famous, but what does the TT stand for? Obviously, it was cancelled this year, and it's already cancelled next year as well. What does TT stand for in the Isle of Man TT? Question number 3. And I know there's been quite a lot of people who have been waiting for this. Famous international cricket umpire Dickie Bird stood in 66 Test matches, but what is his first name? Famous international cricket umpire Dickie Bird stood in 66 Test matches, but what was his first name? I think he played 90, 94, 95 games for Yorkshire as well. Only scoring 2 tons. He was blighted by a knee injury, which stopped him fulfilling his full potential, he said. But Dickie Bird, who's obviously about as Yorkshire as you get, what was his first name? And it's the first time we've heard from Billy, and Shocky pipes up on the bike question. Question number 4. Which Spanish football club has been it's been managed by Terry Venables and Bobby Robson? Which Spanish football club has been managed by both Terry Venables and Bobby Robson? Amongst others, obviously. Not just them two. No, pat on the back. Not a bonus point for his middle name, Chris. I do actually have it here, but just a pat on the back. Question number 5. Who did Billie Jean King play in the famous Battle of the Sexes tennis match in 1973? Who did Billie Jean King play in the famous Battle of the Sexes tennis match in 1973? Probably one you know or you don't. It's a tricky one. You can tell the sport round is always quite serious. The banter in the chat suddenly dies off just as the sport round starts. That's one everybody wants to do well on. Who did Billie Jean King play in the famous Battle of the Sexes tennis match? 1973. Question number 6. King George VI chased is Just another Roman numeral for me there, isn't it? The King George VI chase is a Boxing Day racing highlight, but who is the most successful horse in the race? The King George chase is a Boxing Day racing highlight. Who is the most successful horse in the King George? Question number 7. It's an interesting one. I'm not sure we've done one like this before. Put these 3 balls in order of size. They must all be in the correct order for you to win the point. A squash ball, a golf ball, and a table tennis ball. Squash ball, golf ball, table tennis ball. Put them in the correct order from smallest to biggest, smallest to largest. Squash ball, golf ball, tennis ball, smallest to largest. Got to be in the correct order to earn your point. That's quite. I'm asking a lot of you there, aren't I, really? He's proper serious, this sport round. We're 7 questions in and there's only 3 comments. It's proper serious. Squash ball, golf ball, table tennis ball. Question 8. In an Olympic triathlon, what is the first event? In an Olympic triathlon, what is the first event? I do seem to think that we normally do the blockbuster round before the sport. I think we normally end on the sport, don't we? It's been a while. Question number 9. In which US state is the Augusta National Golf Course situated? In which US state is the Augusta National Golf Course situated? Obviously, we had a very strange Masters this year, didn't we? It's normally early on in the year, and we had it in November, wasn't it? It's quite a route in the end, wasn't it? Really. And obviously, he'll be the shortest length or shortest time as Masters champion ever, given that we're going to go back to traditional timings for it. In which US state is the Augusta National Golf Course situated? And final sports question. How many goals did France score in the 2002 World Cup? How many goals did France score in the 2002 World Cup? That was for Japan, South Korea. It would be North Korea, wouldn't it? Japan, South Korea, World Cup. Everybody managed to go to the pub. Not me. I was being 11 at the time, in year 6. I think we had breakfast clubs watching the games. Was that the one where Seaman got lobbed by Ronaldinho? 2002. Could have been. My jumper does not light up, unfortunately. That's the end of your sport. That's out of 10. Let's give you a couple of minutes. 2002, that was where Seaman got lobbed, wasn't it? Right. Sport answers. Question 1. I assume we're all ready. What year did Sir Anthony McCoy win BBC Sports Personality? Was it 13, 14, or 15? It was C, 15, 2015. Number 2. The Isle of Man TT is world famous, but for what does the TT stand for? Tourist Trophy. See, I always thought it was time trial until I looked it up. It's Tourist Trophy. Number 3. Famous international cricket umpire Dickie Bird stood in 66 test matches, but what was his first name? Harold. And Chris, if you've got his middle name, it was Harold Dennis Bird. Question 4. Which Spanish football club has been managed by Terry Venables and Bobby Robson? Barcelona. It's Barcelona. Who did Billie Jean King play in the famous Battle of the Sexes tennis match in 1973? Bobby Riggs was the answer. Billie Jean won the match, and they made it into a 2017 film starring Steve Carell and Emma Stone. Question number 6. King George VI Chase is a Boxing Day racing highlight, but who is the most successful horse in the race? Cato Star. He won it 5 times. 06, 07, 09, 06, 07, 08, 09, and 11. He didn't win it the year, but AP McCoy won Sports Personality. For some reason, the information I had there was wrong. So we'll come back to question 1. Or everybody can have a point because the Quizmaster messed up. Everybody can have a point. Question 7. Put these 3 balls in order of size. Squash ball, golf ball, tennis, table tennis ball. It goes squash ball, table tennis, golf ball. Squash ball diameter 1.5 inches, table tennis 1.6, and the golf ball 1.68. So squash ball, table tennis, golf ball is what we were looking for. Question 8. In an Olympic triathlon, what is the first event? That's swimming. Swimming, then running, then swimming, then biking, then running. Question number 9. In which US state is the Augusta National Golf Course situated? That's Georgia. And finally, how many goals did France score in the 2002 World Cup? That's 0. They did not score a goal. They actually, interestingly, had more red cards in the World Cup than they did score goals. It was quite shocking, given that they had won the 1998 World Cup and the Euros in 2000. So they didn't score a goal and went out before knockout stages. So that was out of 10. Everybody got at least 1. That for a fact. Like, what year AP McCoy won it? So how'd you get on? Out of 10? Just trying to weigh up. I think there's a few relatively easy-ish ones. You've all got a point. I think maybe if you got, I think 6. Got 6. That's probably a good score. Yeah, I think 6 would be a good score in that one. 6. Did say it was going to be a tricky one. Did say it was going to be a tricky one. We'll do an easier one next time. Fear not. Sometimes it's good to test yourself. There's lots of good scores. Lots of good scores going on there. Okay, we're into our final round of the quiz before the answers for the picture round. We'll do them at the end. But we're going into the old favourite, which is Blockbuster. There is no bonus point, but I'm sure you'll probably see what I've done. This is only out of 9 this round. Again, you'll probably see. So question 1 of Blockbuster. Okay, we might have some new folk involved. Blockbuster, if you've not seen the TV show, what I'll do is I'll give you the first letter of the answer in a question form. It should become quite obvious as we go on. I didn't actually prepare an example. You can tell it's been a while since I've done this. Let's go with what C. This is an example. What C is a tub of chocolates eaten at Christmas celebrations? So there's your example. So question 1, Blockbuster. Which C is the city that the TV soap Hollyoaks is set in? What C is the TV soap Hollyoaks set in? What C is the TV soap Hollyoaks set in? Question number 2. And this is an interesting one. Which H is the capital of Bermuda? Which H is the capital of Bermuda? The clue is there is also a racecourse in the UK with the same name. Which H is the capital of Bermuda? There's also a racecourse in the UK with the same name. Question number 3. That might just take a little bit of time. Question number 3. What R is the school in the hit musical Grease? What R is the school in the hit musical Grease? I think it's my mum's favourite film. This one. I think that's her favourite film. Probably. Question 4. Which this is I liked this question. Which I is a first name shared by the passenger and fancy singers? It might make a bit more sense when it's written down if you get into the chat, but which I is a first name shared by the passenger and fancy singers? Or which I is a first name shared by the singers of the passenger and fancy? Obviously, 2 different artists who share the first name. What is that name? That was probably the question I was most proud of. I certainly wasn't proud of the Anthony McCoy question. That's the one which is going to live with me for a while. Things that keep you awake at night, that question. Question number 5. Which S is a position that Harry Potter plays in Quidditch? Which S is the position that Harry Potter plays in Quidditch? I'm just getting the picture round questions up and ready. There we go. Perfect. I felt that was quite tricky as well. Question number 6. Which tea was a company who first made tea bags? Which tea was a company who first made tea bags? Which tea was a company who first made tea bags? It might be starting to become obvious what I've done here, but we'll see. Question number 7. Which M was the rank of Charles Ingram, who cheated his way to top prize on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? What M was the rank of Charles Ingram, who cheated his way to the top prize on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Christmas market raisin. A few people are beginning to con on to what I've done here in the Blockbuster round. Question number 8, your penultimate question. Which A was the US space program that ran from 1961 until 1972? Which A was the US space program that ran from 1961 to 1972? And last chance to submit your Christmas racing puns. Final question of the evening, probably of the year. Which S is a bird belonging to the Queen? Which S is a bird belonging to the Queen? Now on the extra points for the suggestions, I think anybody who submitted one, give yourself a point. Point for joining in. Thistle Cracker just got in there in time. Anybody who suggested one, give yourself a bonus point for it. As a reward for joining in the Christmas spirit. I'm a quizmaster, I can do what I want. So that is your Blockbuster. I'll start on the answers. If C is a TV soap Hollyoaks is set in, that's of course Chester. Which I think has been the answer a couple of times for some questions. It's the oldest racecourse, isn't it? Or where racing first took place in the UK. Question 2. Which H is the capital of Bermuda? There is also a racecourse in the UK with the same name. It's not Hexham. It's not Haydock. It is Hamilton. Question number 3. What R is a high school in the hit musical Grease? It's Rydell High. So Rydell. Question 4. Which I is a first name shared by the Passenger and Fancy Singers? That's Iggy. IGGY. Question 5. Which S is a position that Harry Potter plays in Quidditch? He's, of course, a seeker. Question 6. Which T was a company who first made tea bags? Tetley. Question 7. Which M was a rank of Charles Ingram who cheated his way to top prize on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It was a Major Charles Ingram. That was a good docu-series on it on ITV in the year, wasn't there? Question 8. Which A was the space program that ran from 61 until 72 in the US? The Apollo program. Put a man on the moon, obviously, and had a film as well. Apollo 13. And the final one, which S is a bird belonging to the Queen? That's a swan. So that was out of 9. For those who, I'm sure everybody, of course, has got it, you'll have noted that the first letter of the answers spells Christmas. So out of 9, how'd you get on there? 5, 9, 7, 8, 6, 8, 8, 8. I think 8 was probably 7. 7 was a good score. 7 was a good score there. They were quite varied, weren't they? The questions. So how are we looking at totals there? That should be out of 40. How are we getting on out of 40? Just before we go into the picture answers. Some good efforts. I think before I started the quiz, I said I think it'll kind of be a 35, 36 would be a very good score. Anything north of that would be exceptional in this kind of quiz. So that's not at this point, obviously. That's once we've got the points from the picture round factored in. So if you're sort of north of 26, 27 at this point, you're probably doing quite well. Right, I will give the answers of the picture round then. Number 1, Nativity. Number 2, White Christmas. Number 3, The Santa Claus. Number 4, The Muppet Christmas Carol. Number 5, Miracle on 34th Street. Number 6, It Is a Christmas Movie, Die Hard. Number 7, Elf. Number 8, It's a Wonderful Life. Number 9, Home Alone. And number 10, Jack Frost. I'll do them again. 1, Nativity. 2, White Christmas. 3, The Santa Claus. 4, Muppet Christmas Carol. 5, Miracle on 34th Street. 6, Die Hard is a Christmas film. 7, Elf. 8, Wonderful Life. 9, Home Alone. And 10, Jack Frost. How'd you get on there, guys? They were quite tricky, in fairness. Tom did a very good job. Tom Denham there did a very good job of those. Very tricky. I suppose you're not so much up on your Christmas films. They're very niche, aren't they? And how many did we get in total? There's no winners or losers here. Everybody's here for a bit of fun. Everyone's a winner. That's for sure. Like I say, I think 35 is a very good score. Out of 50. Got some 46s, 49 for the Austins. Some very, very good scores coming through. Some good scores. Obviously, we can all have a little look in the chat. Now, what I would ask is for everybody, if you could, post your results, post your feedback on our social media channels. We're popping it on Facebook, we're popping it on Twitter, maybe even Instagram now as well. And if you wanted to just engage there and let everybody know how you got on, then we can have a little look-see as well. So I think that concludes this quiz, relatively short one at 110. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Obviously, we've had lots of regulars here and maybe one or two newbies. But it leaves me to say from here at Midland Park, thank you very much for all of your support this year in what's been a very strange, very unusual, very different year from what we would normally have wanted to do or provide you with. But you've all the owners especially, have been very good, very grateful, very understanding. So thank you very much from all of us here at Midland Park. We wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas, and hopefully we can do this soon and we can get back on a racecourse and celebrating some winners in the not too distant future. So well done, thank you, and have a great Christmas.